Hello. How are you? Hello to everyone out there. So, the main purpose of me going live today with you guys is to talk about business. Let's talk business. Okay. So this is for my people who want to own their own business, is in the beginning stages of their business. Um, you have a business thought that you haven't executed exactly, and you've been waiting on a sign. This is your sign to start your business. Or you've been waiting on a little bit more information on what you can do, or just, whatever the case may be. So, yes, I am here for you guys to take advantage of what I know. And I want you guys to also keep in mind that the services that I am basically going to be giving you today are services that people initially have to pay for, because I am a business coach. And if you are interested past right now, what?
Oh, Mom, when do we leave?
Why?
Because they said that we leave at 8.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But the car got to finish getting worked on, and we eating dinner here. So, um, yeah. So, if you would like to, obtain my business services outside of this live, then feel free to DM me. My coaching classes are 200 for, it's two different sessions that you can book for. One is 7 sessions for $200, which is very, very, very affordable when it comes down to gaining knowledge. And if you cannot afford to do $200 at one time, you can do $30 sessions and do those sessions as many times as you would like to. You can do one session or you can do recurring sessions. It is completely up to you. And if you book these seven sessions, even the $30 sessions, your next session can be whenever you have time for it. You can book it 7 days in a row. You can book it 7 weeks in a row. You can book it once a month, whatever. However fast you feel the need to go. Okay, so let's just put that out there. Now that I have put that, the business of the business conversation is out of the way, what can I help you guys with in terms of your business? Do you have a startup company? Are you just like, in the beginning stages? And when I say the beginning stages, I mean the thinking thought process of, hey, I want to own my own business and this is what I want to do. If you are there, then hey, tap in, tap in. Everybody just tap in. So, okay, go ahead with your go ahead, Beyond. I'm listening. I have registered my business in my name and just applied for a EIN number. That's good. That's a good start. Nelly, what questions do you have? Girl, what do you want? Can you why is you always finding me in this big ass house? You come find me. What do you want? um Serena is interfering with our business call. So about the startup sessions, what exact questions do you have about the startup sessions? Beyond truth, I'm definitely that's a sad situation to hear and to be in. One thing that I do want to recommend to you is, and to everybody that is watching this, there's a book called Who Moved My Cheese. That is a good book to read. And just like that, by that one sentence, it reminded me of that book. Um, and until the questions come in, y'all. So about with that book right there, four people. There are four people. There are four people in the book. You have him, ha, sniff, and scurry. Sniff and scurry are rats. Him and ha are actual people, but they're the size of rats. And they're thrown into a maze. And when they're thrown into this maze, or not thrown into a maze, but they go into the maze in search for cheese. Now, throughout the process of this book, the cheese can be whatever it is that you decide that it is. Okay? For me, the cheese represented the money. I could also see how it could represent relationships and a plethora of other things that could align with everyday life. But for me, I took it as looking at as money. And so they go into the maze and they're looking for cheese. So they end up finding cheese in a cheese station called Cheese Station C. There was a plethora of cheese in Cheese Station C. And so they would go to Cheese Station C, then they would go home, they would come back, and they would do it all over again. So eventually, both teams decided, hey, let's just chill here. This is a nice place. We get cheese every day. It's nice. There's an abundance of cheese here. Who wants to leave? So they stayed. So eventually, Sniff and Scurry realized that the cheese was getting low. And it was getting lower and lower every day. So what they decided to do was prepare for that and move on. And then him and Ha did not realize these things until all of the cheese was gone. Okay? And when all of the cheese got gone, you had him specifically who was just like very, very pissed off at the world, very, very upset. And so Sniff and Scurry went on to look for more cheese while him and Ha sat in their part of maze in Cheese Station C, hoping and wishing that somebody would come and put more cheese there, right? So eventually, Ha decided, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to find more cheese. Him was like, no, like, why would you do that? That's stupid. Don't go out and find no cheese. You don't know if you're ever going to find cheese. Maybe the cheese here is going to come back. And so Ha was like, you know what? You're right. He allowed himself to be discouraged by him putting negativity and doubt into his mind. So, meanwhile, the two rats, they ended up finding cheese. And I'm really giving you guys like the short end of the stick because I want to get to, everything else. But after I'm done explaining to you what's going on, I still recommend that you go and get the book and go along it and read it for yourself, because there is so much like knowledge and things that make you think when you're reading this book. So yeah, the two rats have found cheese at Cheese Station Ingen, right? So they're good now. They found cheese. They saw a situation coming towards them. Let's listen to this. They saw a situation coming towards them. And they decided, it's called Who Moved My Cheese. I am what do y'all what do y'all need?
Debo had said, can you start cooking?
Can I start cooking?
Yeah.
No, I cannot start cooking. Tell Debo I'm working. I'm editing videos. So one of y'all should start cooking. So yeah, him and Ha. I'm sorry, y'all. That just threw me way off. Real life. Like, Negro, what? Can I start cooking? I've been fussing about me having to edit this video. And you gonna have them kids come in here and ask me, can I start cooking? No. One of them can start cooking. That's what you can ask them to do. Have one of them start to cook. Because T is busy. The audacity. Really? So yeah. But yeah, Sniff and Scurry saw a situation coming towards them and they did not wait. They took action right then and there. They did not wait to see what was going to happen. They did not wait for any of that. They left. So, Ha, a couple of days later, said to himself, no, seriously, I'm going to leave. And so his friend, him, decided to put doubt into his head again. So upon sitting and thinking about it, upon sitting and thinking about it, Ha had to ask himself, what would I do if I was not scared? If I was not scared, like what would I do if I was not scared? And so that gave him the courage to get up and go out and find cheese. So he told him, hey, him, I'm going out the door. And this is how I translate books when I be reading it, y'all. So books really be entertaining to me because I read books. I read the words on books, in books, and put it in present day dialogue or whatever. So basically, Ha was like, nigga, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no point in me sitting here. What am I waiting on? Like, what? Explain to me really, what are we waiting on? And so him, Negative Nancy, was like, you know, basically like, you stupid. You finna go out there. You don't even know what's out there. So you really finna go out there and find some cheese when you can just wait here and wait for the cheese? Like, that's dumb. We've been getting cheese here. So why are you gonna leave? So Ha was like, you know what? Brandon ain't got to talk to you about this no more. I really don't. I done made up in my mind that this is not the situation that I want to be in. I don't want to sit here and continue to wait for something that may never happen when I can go out and look for something and better myself. You know, like, I'm not going to wait on any handouts. I'm going to go out and I'm going to look for the shit. So him was like, bye then, nigga. And Ha was like, bye then, nigga. And Ha left. So Ha started searching for cheese. Now, along the way of Ha looking for cheese, he started to get discouraged. He started to get weak. He hadn't eaten in forever. So he's weak at this point. And so he sit down on the ground and he's laying there and he's like, this is just the point where I'm accepting fate. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. And the sad thing is, I'm gonna die all alone because I left my homeboy back at Cheese Station C. So I'm gonna die by myself. And so after thinking these thoughts, he thought to himself again, what would I do if I wasn't scared? And that gave him the courage to continue to go on. Because he was like, if I wasn't scared of what could happen in this maze, I would continue to push forward and find what I need to find and do what I need to do. And so, like I said, it gave him the strength, it gave him courage, and that's what he did. He got up and he continued to move on. So, as he continued to move on, he found cheese. But it was like little crumbs of cheese. So he realized, or he thought to himself, somebody has been here. Because it's like, it's crumbs, it's small pieces of cheese, you know? And so he was right. Because Sniff and Scurry had been there previously. Which also shows you, if you move your feet quick enough, you can be the first, or you can be at the beginning instead of picking up crumbs along the way. That's what I took from that, you know? Thank you. No, my hair it's not colored. So yeah, you know, and then so he continued to look, he ate, he thought about his homeboy back at the spot who broke, who ain't got no money, who don't got no cheese, you know, in other terms, who don't have any cheese. And so he thought about him and he was like, I'm going to save pieces for him so that I can take them back to him. So eventually he finds enough cheese and he's racked up enough cheese to where he has his strength back, and he's going back to his friend, him, to tell him, hey, it's not that bad out there. I've been finding cheese. Come get this cheese with me. And so, thank you. And so, and he was like, hey, I have some cheese for you. And so him was like, this is new cheese. I don't want this cheese. I've never had this cheese before. Why would you bring me this? I don't want this. I want what I've always had. I don't want this cheese. And so Ha was like, okay, well, come back out here with me. Come back out here with me. And we can find some more cheese together, dog. Like, you can find whatever. Just come out here with me. And so him is still being discouraging. Him is still being negative. Him is like, I told you before, you're dumb for having these thoughts. You're dumb. I'm not going to go with you. Like, no. So Ha had to bury the thoughts of having his friend by his side in search of this new life and in search of this new cheese. So he left. Plain and simple, he left. And so along the way, what he did do was drop hints and writings on the wall for him in case him ever decided to come. He wrote encouraging words on the wall that pushed him, that pushed himself to continue looking for cheese and things like that. And eventually he found it. And so the question in the book is, who are you going to decide to be in life when situations come towards you? Are you going to be him who's going to sit around and be negative and wait until things have slapped you in the face and still look at it and just, be like whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to do this. Or are you going to be like Ha, who waited until things got bad and then moved his feet? Or are you going to be like Sniff and Scurry, who saw something happening before it got too big and started to move accordingly before it completely affected them? Reading that book taught me who I want to be in every situation of my life. And I hope that by me, kind of giving you guys like the backstory of the book, that you guys decide who you want to be in life. Because those are three people, and we all know these three types of people. When you start to see things going downhill, you have to move, and you have to move abruptly. You cannot wait. Because when you wait, you put yourself in a worse situation. You have to take charge of your life. And it's not to say that things won't happen, because that's life. Things are going to happen always, but you have to prepare yourself for when things happen. So when you see things going on, you're like, I saw this coming. And move accordingly. That's my tidbit today on that. You guys should really go and get that book. Like, it is really good. Never wait. Move your feet. There's so many other ways. Like, there's so many ways to make money out here. There's so many ways to do a lot of things, and that correlates with business. That correlates with finances. That correlates with a job. The name of the book was Who Moved My Cheese. That correlates with the job. That correlates with the relationship. If you see your relationship going downhill, don't wait until it goes all the way downhill and then sit there and decide to have a coming to Jesus meeting on what you can fix. As soon as you see problems, you fix them right then and there with everything that you have going on. Do not let things turn into a snowball effect to the point where it's so much at one time that you go into, depression, or you go into like all these different kind of things. Because if you see things and you have a foresight, you can stop it before it gets there. And like I said, that's with everything in your life. So moving forward, now that I have shared this knowledge with you guys, and when you know better, you do better, I pray that everybody takes that away from this and everybody decides to do better. And as soon as you see things coming towards your life, you change. You fix it right then and there. Like, don't wait. But that book is a very, very, like, it's an amazing book. I love it. So let me know just how much I need another income. Yes, you definitely need another source of income. There's a saying or a quote that I just saw the other day, and it was saying how something, what was the saying? Not everybody needs another not everybody needs a business or another source of income to replace their current career or job. Sometimes you need it in case your current job or career quits you. And that's real. Always have your back covered. Cover your own back. I've been waiting on this specifically from you. I have a few questions. Okay, Helena, you can go ahead. And once again, everybody, the name of that book is Who Moved My Cheese. Yep, you can definitely start last and come on top. And another thing that book taught me was you can't always take people with you. Like, sometimes it's just not going to work out that way. Sometimes you just got to leave people behind because they're not going to have the same mindset that you possess. And they're not going to want to level up the way you're going to want to level up. And you just got to let it be what it is. I am definitely writing a book is definitely one thing that I want to do. But when I write my book, it will not be business per se. It'll be about my life. I'm going to turn myself into a character and put everything that I have been through in life in a series of books, almost kind of like Jerome E. Dickey and stuff like that. Um, yeah, like, it's definitely going to be everything that y'all will read in the books that I will write is going to be about my life experiences. It's just not going to be, her name is not going to be Tesa. The people in that book will not be names that you are familiar with. Everybody will have a code name. Everybody will have a different name. But all personalities and things like that will be in that book. So Yes, this video will be up later. This video will probably be up until tomorrow. So yeah. I'm getting ready to edit a video. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, my leg. Y'all, ever since I bust my knee at the skating ring, my leg has been messed up. I'm coming, y'all. Not y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Were you guys conversing without me? No. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Alright, well, let me finish in this video. It's really going to be a quick edit because it is my opinion on something. And I need to get this up and out to y'all as soon as I can. And then I'll come back on live.